If you're unhappy but not fulfilled either, this video's for you. You've got a job, you've got responsibilities, and from the outside everything looks fine, but internally it feels like you're drifting. You're not failing, you're not broken, you're just stuck. Today I want to explain what professional coaching actually is, what it isn't, and why it can be especially powerful for men over 30 who feel lost in their career, relationships, fitness, or just life direction. Welcome to The Inner Edge. I'm Chris, and this channel is about clarity, ownership, and intentional living for men over 30 who are doing okay on paper but feel disconnected underneath. This video is part of a new series, and we're starting with the basics. What is professional coaching? Because some men think it sounds a little bit woo-woo, and well, it's not. If top executives and sports stars have coaching, then surely you could benefit from it too. And because it's one of the most misunderstood tools for personal growth. So, where did coaching come from? It didn't start on Instagram with shitfluencers. It's evolved from sports, from performance psychology and leadership development. Originally, a coach was someone who helped you perform better, refine skills, build consistency, and move towards a goal. But over time, coaching has expanded beyond sports as people started to realise something important, and that is that you can be competent, hardworking, and successful, but still feel stuck. You can still drift, and you can still sort of feel not yourself. And that's why modern coaching has emerged to support directions, support decision making and identity shifts, and just transitions in life and work. Because when you get into your 30s, actually the career that you thought you wanted, you might not. The relationship that you've committed to for the last 10 years, you might not suit your life anymore. So coaching isn't about fixing the problem. It's about building alignment. What does alignment mean? It means working on the things that are important to you and that make you feel like you. Here's the key thing that most people miss though. Coaching doesn't give you the answers. The coach isn't there to give you answers. It just improves your thinking. A coach doesn't tell you what to do. They don't rescue you, and they don't motivate you with hype. Instead, coaching creates a space for you to slow down, challenges unhelpful patterns, asks better questions to enable better understanding, and it helps you to take ownership of whatever it is that's standing in your way. So coaching's future focused. It assumes you're capable. It treats responsibility is empowering within coaching. It's not overwhelming. And for a lot of men, coaching is the first sort of place that they speak honestly without needing to perform or needing to fix things. So there's coaching, there's mentoring, and there's therapy. But this is where confusion usually happens. So therapy focuses on healing the past, processing trauma or mental health challenges, and it's essential when it's needed. The same as counselling and looking at sort of mental health issues, and gives you a space to talk through some of the trauma that's happened, and helps you to work through some of those issues that you may have had in the past. Mentoring is advice from someone more experienced. So we sort of think of mentors as somebody that's had the experience, and you want them to sort of pass on their knowledge to you, sort of in a here's what worked for me type of way. This is how I've done it in the past, and this is sort of direction based on your path. So if you're in the trades or if you're in healthcare, look into somebody more senior than you to pass on those sort of skills. However, coaching focuses on the future, helps you clarify your own path, and it builds self-awareness, choice and action. So coaching sort of sits in the space of you're not broken, but something needs to change. You know that there's a stuck feeling there, but you're not quite clear on what path you need to take. So why coaching works for men over 30. This is a stage of life where many men quietly struggle. Your career might feel flat. As I said previously, you might have worked your entire adult life within a or working towards a sort of career goal, but actually you've got to that goal now, and where now? What's the next why? Relationships might feel strained, fitness might have slipped, and motivation has faded. And none of that's because of failure, but it's because you may have been putting other people first. So your wife, your children, the needs of the family, you might have been reacting and not choosing what you want to do intentionally. And you might even have outgrown your old goals. Just think about that for a minute. So coaching helps men rebuild identity beyond work. So your career might have become your whole identity, and actually now you need to start working on something outside of that. You can improve communication and boundaries, take ownership of health and your own energy, and stop drifting, and just start deciding on what it is that you... It's not about becoming someone new. It's about becoming intentional again. So if you feel like you're drifting is not about laziness. It's usually just about misalignment. You're busy, but you're not fulfilled. You're capable, but under-directed. You're disciplined, but just disconnected. And just to pick up on the under-directed, as you get into your 30s and 40s, less people are telling you what you need to be doing. When you're working up into a career, when you're working into your adulthood, you've got people telling you what to do and how to do it. Whereas when you're in your 30s and 40s, there's less people telling you, because you've got yourself into a position of management, you've got yourself into a position of being a father. Now you're the one that's having to tell people what to do. But that can feel quite challenging, because you haven't got the accountability, you haven't got the direction that you need. So with that in mind, coaching creates a pause on that, and a pause on your busyness, a pause on your not feeling fulfilled, under-directed or disconnected. And it's a space to ask, what do I actually want now? What am I avoiding? And that's a hard question sometimes, because it's confronting. What needs to change? What am I willing to commit to? And that's where the momentum starts, because answering those sort of questions gives you a bit of an idea of where you need to focus your energies. So If this video resonates with you, if it's landing in a way that's making you think, don't ignore it. You don't need to hit rock bottom to change direction. You just need clarity and ownership. And if you're a man over 30 who feels stuck, drifting, or quietly dissatisfied, subscribe to the channel. I want to create a community on here for men over 30 that want accountability, that want support from other men, and want to become a version of themselves they are proud of being. If that's you, subscribe and be part of the community. And if you know somebody who needs to hear this, please share it with them. This is The Inner Edge, and this is where intention begins. I'm Chris, and I will see you next week.